Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ruchi Agarwal. I welcome you to web-based programming class. Today's topic is maintaining user state. So we will be discussing about maintaining user state and cookies. So first let's discuss about maintaining state. So HTTP is a stateless protocol, which means that once a web server completes a client's request for a web page, connection between the two goes away. Or you can say that there is no way for a server to recognize that a sequence of requests all originate from the same client. State is useful. You cannot build a shopping cart application, for example, if you can't keep track of a sequence of requests from a single user. You need to know when a user puts an item in his cart, when he adds item, when he removes them, and what's in the cart when he decided to check out. So to get around the web's lack of state, programmers have come up with many tricks to keep track of state information between requests, also known as session tracking. So one such technique is to use hidden form fields to pass around information. PHP treats hidden information fields just like normal form fields. So the values are available in the $_get and $_post arrays. Using hidden form fields, you can pass around the entire content of a shopping cart. However, a common technique is to assign each user a unique identifier and pass the ID around using a single hidden form field. While the form field work in all browsers, they work only for a sequence of dynamically generated form. So they are not as generally useful as some other technique. Another technique is URL rewriting. Wherever wherever every local URL on which user might click is dynamically modified to include extra information. So this extra information is often specified as a parameter in the URL. So if you assign every user a unique ID, you might include that ID in all URL. So you have to make sure that you dynamically modify all local links to include the user ID. You can keep a track of individual users in your application. URL rewriting works for all dynamically generated documents, not just forms, but actually performing the rewriting can be tedious. The third and the most useful technique for maintaining user state is to use cookies. A cookie is a bit of information that server can give to a client. On every subsequent request, the client will give that information back to the server, thus identifying itself. Cookies are useful for retaining information through repeated visit by a browser, but they are not without their own problems. The main problem is that most browsers allow users to disable cookies. So any application that use cookies for state maintenance need to use another technique as a fallback mechanism. So the best way to maintain state with PHP is to use the built-in session tracking system. This system lets you create persistent variables that are accessible from different pages of your application, as well as in different visits to the site by the same user. PHP session tracking mechanism uses cookies or URLs to elegantly solve most problems that require state, that take care of all the details. So coming to what is a cookie? Cookie is often used to identify a user. Cookie is a small file that the server embeds on the user's computer. Each time the same computer requests a page with the browser, it will send the cookie to. With PHP, you can both create and retrieve cookie value. So cookie is basically a string that contains several fields. Server can send one or more cookie to a browser in the header of a response. Some of the cookies field indicate the page for which the browser should send the cookie as part of the request. The value field of the cookie is the payload. Server can store any data they like there, such as unique code identifying the user preference, etc. So cookies are those text segments that use that you can store on user's computer, and PHP has good support for setting and reading cookies. Those segments of text can persist even when user's computer is turned off. So you can store information about the user easily. So cookies are used for all kinds of purposes, such as tracking what an ad user has already seen, responded. You can set and read the cookie. So for setting the cookie, you have to use set cookie function to send a cookie to the browser. So the syntax is the set cookie function, which is used to set the cookie. Set cookie function must appear before the HTML tag. So let's see the syntax. Set cookie name, value, expire, path, domain, secure. So this function creates the cookie string from the given arguments and create a cookie header with that string as its value. Because cookies are sent as header in the response, set cookie must be called before any of the body of the document is sent. The parameters of set cookie are: first is name. So what is name? A unique name for a particular cookie. You can have multiple cookies with different names and attributes. Name must not contain white space or semicolons. Second is value. The arbitrary string attached to this cookie. The original Netscape specification limited the total size of a cookie, including name, expiration date, and other information, up to 4 KB. So while there is no specific limit on the size of a cookie value, it probably cannot be much larger than 3.5 KB. Next is expire, the expiration date for this cookie. If no expiration date is specified, the browser saves the cookie in memory and not on disk. When browser exit, the cookie disappears. Next is path. Browser will return cookie only for URLs. Below the path, the default is the directory in which the current page resides. For example, if slash store slash front slash card.php sets a cookie and does not specify a path, cookie will be sent back to the server for all pages whose URL path starts with slash store slash front slash. Next is domain. Browser will return the cookie only for URL within this domain. The default is the server host name. Next is secure. The browser will transmit the cookie only over HTTPS connections. The default is false, meaning that it's okay to send cookie over insecure connections. So when browser sends a cookie back to the server, you can access that cookie through the $_cookie array. The key is the cookie name and the value is the cookie's value field. So let's see example how to retrieve a cookie value. So in this example, we retrieve the value of the cookie named user and display it on a page. So we will write echo for printing a cookie. We will write echo $_cookie and then the name of the cookie is user. And how we can view all the cookies, we have to mention print_r, and in bracket we will write $_cookie for viewing all cookies. Now we will read a cookie. How we will read a cookie? Let's see one example for reading a cookie. When you set a cookie, it won't be visible to your scripts until the next time you load a page. So that's because the cookie is sent to the server from the user's machine. So immediately after you set a cookie, you won't be able to read it. You need to get a page back from the browser first. So you have to note that cookies are sent in HTTP header in the page sent to you by the browser. And if your cookie handling page is in domain, only the cookie that came from that domain will be sent to you. Once cookie have been set, they can be accessed on the next page load with the $_cookie array. The value of the cookie are automatically loaded into the global array named $_cookies, much as the values of web page data are stored in $_request, which make the process easy. So in PHP get cookie.php, you can start by checking if the cookie was set. And the cookie was, for that we will see this example. We will use isSet function to find out if a cookie has been set. Here, if isSet $_cookie user, you print welcome $_cookie user, else welcome guest. So you can set cookies expiration also. So when you create cookie with the set cookie function, at that time you can set the cookie expiration time also. For example, you specify that a cookie should be deleted in an hour. You can do this by specifying expiration time to 3600 seconds. Like you have set in this example, you are creating a cookie named user and you are assigning value John to it. So you are assigning a cookie that should expire after 1 hour. So you are mentioning set cookie user, then the value John and the time function, and then 3600 second. So it will expire after 1 hour. This is how you can set the cookie expiration time also. If required, you can delete the cookie as well. Whether or not you can depend on your browser you are dealing with. You can set the expiration time of a cookie to some time in the past, and that should theoretically make the browser delete that cookie. But the browser may not delete the cookie until the user closes the browser, and possibly not even then. So wise precaution is to set the text for the cookie to an empty string, or you can set the expiration time to sometime in the past, and then in that ways you can delete your cookies. Thank you. Have a nice day.